So for our history project, our topic was that funny number e. And the most important thing we need to know was who created it to begin with. Let alone it was created by a mathematician named Leonard Euler, who came up with e, or Euler's number. Euler discovered the number while he was trying to solve a problem that was proposed by Jacob Bernoulli, who was another mathematician, and it was about compound interest. Many years later, Euler solved Bernoulli's problem by discovering e. So what's the importance of e? Well, the irrational number e is used in many equations including natural logarithms and exponential functions. For example, if you look at the inverse 4x minus 2 equals 5, the first thing you do is you would rewrite the equation to be log base of e 4x minus 2 equals 5. Then you would do e5 equals 4x minus 2. E to the fifth power is 148.413 equals 4x minus 2. You would add 2 on both sides to get 150.413, and then you would divide it by 4, where you'll have a final answer of 37.603. The number e can also be used in probability and statistics. For example, e is used in the normal distribution in statistics formula, where the function has a bell-shaped curve. E can be used in everyday situations, especially in something that everyone is involved with, banking, specifically finding interest by compounding continuously. You can also use the number e for carbon dating. So how is e used in mathematics? E can be used in physics when it comes to equations in waves, such as quantum, sound, and light waves. E can also be used in engineering. In fluid dynamics, for example, the number e can be used to describe potential flow and can be used for calculations for machines such as turbines and generators. If you use the equation y equals e to the x power, you can find the curved slope at any point of the graph. When x is negative, the slope is shallow, but when the x is positive, the gradient will increase. The curve goes through 1 on the y-axis because any number to the power of 0, like e to the power of 0, will always equal 1. The y value at any point equals the slope of the graph at that point. E can be used also to find the area under the curve from negative infinity and x.
So what kind of number is e? The number e is a very famous irrational number and is one of the most important numbers in mathematics. It is considered a transcendental number, which means it continues on forever without any pattern, like pi. E is the base from natural logarithms. E is used in continuous compounding, such as loans and investments. The equation for continuous compounding is p equals p0 times e to the r times t. P0 represents the initial amount. E is supposed to be the constant. The R represents the percent rate, and T represents the time. If you invested in an item with an initial amount of $10,000 with a rate of 5% and a time frame of 5 years, your equation will be y equals 10,000 times e to the 0.05 times 5. This will result in your total of $12,840.25. E is used when the number of periods reaches an infinite amount. E is the only number that can be plugged into the equation y equals n to the x for it to be true. So, what kind of events can the number e be applied to? It can be applied to growth problems or population models, savings models such as banks using E to find continuous interest, logistic or threshold problem models, charge on a capacitor or an RC circuit, spring mass problems, Euler's formula for determining complex numbers or fractions, waves, electrodynamics, quantum, sound, and light waves, thermodynamics, and finding slopes and areas. It can also be used for determining decay problems such as radioactivity. These decay problems that include Euler's number work for beta radiation. If you have mercury with a mass of 201, you can add E to the equation and end up with gold that has a mass of 201 as well. Also, if you have bismuth with a mass of 210, you can break it down to E and polonium with a mass of 210.
So before the school year, I never knew what E meant. I mean, of course I knew it was a letter in the alphabet, but I never knew that E could also be a number. Until I learned that, I realized just how important it is because it's used in so many different things. And it's just not all about math, because this year we also used E in chemistry for decay problems. So that just goes and proves that it can be used in other branches. And since I want to be a mathematician when I get older, I feel as though this project was very beneficial for me because now I'm aware of certain constants that I should be aware of when I do want to pursue that career.
So I was very surprised about all the different things that E is used for. But more so, I was very surprised about how much E is used in engineering. E is a very important number for engineering because it's used for many, many different fields that I was not aware of. And that's very important for those fields as well. And also, go Eagles!
Fly, Eagles, fly!
Eagles!